Hi everyone! Welcome back to another episode of The Grocery Guide, a video series dedicated to helping you make the most nutritious choices at the grocery store. Today, I'm going to give you 3 things to look for when choosing a healthy cereal, and then leave you with a few of my recommendations that fit the bill. The number of cereals we have to choose from is mind-boggling. I mean, there's an entire aisle full of cereal. This alone can leave us feeling overwhelmed and likely to grab whatever looks healthy and be on our way. But don't do that. Take just 2 minutes to turn over the box of cereal and make sure that it has these 3 things. Number 1, at least 5 grams of fiber per serving. Fiber makes us feel full and prevents us from overeating. It also helps reduce cholesterol levels in the blood and can help maintain healthy blood sugars so our moods are more stable throughout the day. Number 2, make sure your cereal has 10 grams or less of sugar. If you watched my last video on yogurt, then you know that an excessive consumption of added sugars in the diet leads to weight gain and can increase your risk for developing heart disease and diabetes. The less sugar, the better. And number 3, make sure that the first ingredient on your list is a whole grain. Make sure that it reads something like whole wheat flour, whole grain oats, whole grain corn, something like this. What's the importance of whole grains? Check out the difference between a whole grain and a refined grain here.
A whole grain is made up of 3 distinct sections: the bran, the endosperm, and the germ. The bran and germ are the most nutrient-rich components and are responsible for giving whole grains a healthy reputation. But when grains are refined, the germ and bran are removed, leaving you with mostly starch. Don't miss out on these essential nutrients. Always choose whole grains.
All right, so on to some recommendations. So remember, 5 grams of fiber, 10 grams or less of sugar, and first ingredient is a whole grain. First up, we've got Nature's Path Blueberry Cinnamon Flax. This one has a whopping 9 grams of fiber and only 9 grams of sugar, with the first ingredient reading whole wheat meal. So this is a good one. Next up is Kashi Autumn Wheat, similar to Frosted Mini Wheats but without all of the frosting. This one here has 6 grams of fiber, only 7 grams of sugar, and the first ingredient is whole grain wheat. So this is also a good choice. Next up is Great Grains. This is a little more affordable than the other 2, but still stacks up pretty well. 5 grams of fiber, only 8 grams of sugar, and the first ingredient is whole grain wheat. And then, of course, Cheerios, which is an American favorite. The first ingredient here is whole grain oats. We've got only 1 gram of sugar and 3 grams of fiber. So while this doesn't quite have 5 grams of fiber, it can still be a healthy choice. You could actually double the portion size of this, making it 6 grams of fiber and still only 2 grams of sugar. So this is a healthy choice. It's also good for kids. 3 grams of fiber is a good amount for kids to shoot for when choosing a cereal for them. Other good cereals for children are Wheat Chex. You know, this one has 6 grams of fiber, that's pretty good, and only 5 grams of sugar. And then again, with the first ingredient list, whole grain wheat. Other good choices for kids are Kix, and then this other one here, Cascadian Farm Honey Nut O's. Similar to Honey Nut Cheerios, but again, much less sugar. It's actually made with whole grain oats. Good stuff. For those of you that skip cereal for granola, keep in mind that granola is quite high in sugar, so be mindful about your portion size. Also, look for a granola that has added nuts or flax seeds for added fiber. So remember, make sure that your cereal has at least 5 grams of fiber, 10 grams or less of added sugar, and the first ingredient reads a whole grain. Do you have a cereal that meets this criteria? Share it with us in a comment below. Thanks for watching and see you next time.